I wish I could speak extempore on an evening like this. Well, sitting in the afternoon, I thought I should come with some notes to make the evening a little more fulfilling. My heart swells in joy to be part of today's congregation. As a humble delegate of the bar, I wish and welcome Chief Justice Chandrachud for an eventful and fulfilling tenure. Our connections go back to the 80s. Many a briefing of that venerable senior Dr. Y.S. Chitle always gave me opportunities for exchanging views and notes with Chief Justice Chandrachud. I think I was the beneficiary. I recollect my curious glances at the huge library of Mr. Chitle and thoughts on what life can be for a person drowned in such a library. My pen picture of such a life fits in with the growth trajectory of Chief Justice Chandrachud. Then that captivating smile which emanated a rare warmth, that unfading smile which age has not withered. I am personally happy to be gifted with such an association. I can also draw some common connections, namely that I too stray into academic work, though not fully qualified, and I can imagine that great satisfaction which one derives from teaching. A teacher, I suppose, gathers the internal strength out of the sheer passion of teaching. The teacher in Chief Justice must be another pillar of strength for him and the journeys of his mind into many a domain. I am sure that the teacher trait will continue to accompany him on the bench as Chief Justice, though without exactions from lesser souls like me. The landscape of judicial pronouncements of a great judge is a fascinating study. It explains the times, the changing contours of a society, and is a mirror unto many things. It's not merely a matter of personal graph of the judge, but some aspects of judgments always remain good subjects for comprehending the connection between the judge and her times. When Justice Krishnaya talked about third world remedial jurisprudence in the T.P. Roshana's case, he foresaw and was prophesying a great change in the life and work of the Supreme Court of India. The many facets of opinions of Chief Justice Chandrachud are stellar examples of not only the third world remedial jurisprudence, but constitutional stirrings, debatable but inviting. I am sure we will have more of them. As a bridge between the state and the court, I look forward to weave as many opportunities for roadmaps and administration of justice. One cannot be blind to the momentous changes occurring in the socio-political structures across the world. The conventional approaches to judicial role in matters of policy and new challenges and emerging human rights disputes are conflicting. I quote a few famous judges. Lord Devlin would see judicial activism as all right where there is a community consensus. Lord Scarman's speech in Duport is more cautious. If people in Parliament come to think that the judicial power is to be confined by nothing other than the judge's sense of what is right, or as Selden put it, by the length of Chancellor's foot, confidence in the judicial system will be replaced by fear of it becoming uncertain and arbitrary in its application. Lord Reed said, if you only listen to those who hit the headlines, you get the wrong impression. If you are to remind a democratic people, those who try to be guided by public opinion must go to the grassroots. And what Robert L. Hedbroner wrote in his book on Inquiry into Human Prospect on going to the roots of the matter deserves attention. If radicalism is to go to the roots, as the term implies, it must be prepared to examine the nature of man in ways much more courageous and much less pietistic than those it uses in the name of humanism. Only on such a basis can it hope to build ideas and programs that be able to withstand the tempest of events whose source lies both as challenge and response within men themselves. It is from this point of view, I say that in proportion to the degree to which a judge is able to transcend her or his values, in preference to the values of the Constitution and the values of the law designed to wipe out every tear from every eye and strive to secure the dignities and liberties of the most humblest, or is able to tune, project, and enrich the values of the uplifting legislation, she or he is a humanist. The word possible only if the mind understands or inclines and yearns to know the roots of human suffering and joy and of man's existential burdens, perceive human inequality as historical processes, is concerned with understanding the great capacity of the human mind to choose and promote economic and political processes as most appropriate to realization of human freedom from the clutches of wanton greed, recognizes the right to dissent as germane to the struggle for total human freedom, and only the mind is not closed to inquiry and reform. I understand that every honorable judge who adorns the Supreme Court of India are open to inquiry and reform in their own unique ways, and I'm sure both inquiry and reform are so close to Chief Justice Chandrachud, we will have more and more of it. And to conclude, my learned friend Mr. Vikas Singh is a demanding leader. He knows to articulate and press for changes and also to moderate the needs of the bar. Chief Justice Chandrachud may find it difficult to say no to his appealing requests. I join the members of the bar in the effervescence of today's evening and welcome Chief Justice for a great journey with us. Jai Hind.